He doesn't have a neck.
What a strong, imposing, and masculine figure he paints.
Oh god.
I'm really curious to see his journeys and struggles to fight the forces of bad men.
Or maybe he is the bad man. We might never know. I'm just currently really surprised that he's alive, considering that his neck is folding in on the rest of his body.
Well, I know we've seen other pictures of him. Clearly he's some sort of mutated alien, not actually human thing ripoff. He's like a ripoff of the Thing, is the best I can figure.
He seems to have even more pouches on where his biceps should be than normal, because the last picture, he had a decent amount of 19. But here, if you count all the pouches, I think they might actually add up to 25.
Alright, we've talked about giant, ridiculous muscles and cross-hatched line scar veins, but I just really want to point out the centerpiece of this picture.
Please tell me.
His tight armpit shirt.
Oh yeah, we can really see into his armpit there.
Armpit, right in the center, a void of pressure and tightness.
Also, look how far up that line goes, and that would be the rest of where he's then picking up his arm. That's the muscle that he uses to pick up this gigantic piece of, I'm gonna guess, rock.
Compositionally, how do you put the fucking armpit, the tight armpit, as the center of the page?
That's obviously what the robot wants you to show off.
It's not like my, eye is really drawn to anything, because it's just a bunch of circles and loops and shadows, and it's just a mass of muscle. Literally, everything we're looking at here, this whole big circular glob shape is literally just pure muscle.
It is muscle.
I'm looking at a dead-skinned cow.
You are, right now.
So I'm drawn to the shitty armpit, because, hell, that's the only central piece in this piece of shit.
This might actually be the first abstract comic book character we've ever seen before. He is a good example of abstract art, Alex.
Look at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
How fucking lazy are you? You couldn't just draw that going to the edge of the page?
No, he's a ghost. Alex, he's a ghost. He's from the past.
And the ghost of Yabadoo.
The ghost of Yabadoo. Or Youngblood, who's, we can't actually see what's under the rest of it.
Look at his left arm, because his left arm is peeking out at the bottom there. It's a ghost. It's a shadow.
Also, I'd like to point out, why is the head covering up the second line of the text? How are we ever going to know what this is? And now it looks like a
Youngblood. Stefile. From Image.
Yes. I'd also like to point out, if there's shadows here, then why is there a light shadow coming from his face there?
Wait, holy shit, look at the shadows. Where is the light?
Where is the light?
His abs are lit up.
Yes.
The front of his arm, in the same direction as his abs, dark shadow.
We have
side
veins.
of his arms are light, and then the top front of his chest is dark. What's lighting up his abs that's not lighting up the front of his arms or his chest?
He's lighting himself up, Alex. He's literally lighting himself up.
The sides are lit, and then the center is pure black.
And then on the side, we have light again.
Light has fucking diffusion. If you shine a light on this whole side portion of his face, the part next to it is not going to be pure fucking shadow. It might be a little darker, but...
It's not going to be pure fucking black shadow.
Has Liefeld ever been outside at various times of day?
Liefeld, black is not an actual color.
Does he have a light on his desk with a cone that he can shine at shit?
I'm gonna guess so, but maybe he has a prism. Maybe this is a prism, and this is how he's actually getting through all the light, because otherwise I have absolutely no idea how this is happening.
I just noticed the eye emblazoned on his chest is the Image Comics eye. See, look, Image, and there's the eye at the top, and then on his chest, it's the same eye.
That's an eye.
That's a really lazy fucking logo.
That is a very lazy fucking logo.
Maybe Marvel just has an M and DC just has a DC, but reach for the stars, guys. Shoot a little bit. Don't just take that as an excuse to have a shaded yellow to red eye.
Which, as you can see here, I didn't even notice it was an eye. I just started to say, I'm just going to have someone design there. Probably because it's skewed across with the rest of his muscles.
It's a men's room symbol.
It's a men's room symbol. That's exactly what it is.
Piss here, directly on my pecs.
This is exactly where you should go. This is the urinal. Right there.
I want to say, going back to what you were saying about the arm and the shoulder, given where this armpit crease is, how high up his arm is, that means that the part of his arm that's coming out to his torso is half the size it should be.
Yeah.
Because if we look at his chest and look at his arm and look at the armpit crease and what that implies for how his arm is attached to his chest, his arm is half the height it should be.
It really is. It's just too fucking big.
It's a stumpy arm that comes out in a little fold and then instantly balloons outward into...
No wonder he's so pissed off. The rest of the body like, fuck you, Liefeld.
I don't know how he wouldn't be able to lift his arms if they were only barely attached to his chest like that.
He's probably just wandering around like this, like, I just hope nobody actually picks on me because or else I'm just gonna fall right over.
I find it interesting. He doesn't really have tricep or lats. It's just huge pecs and huge deltoid makes a curvy sphere top.
I'm gonna guess that's what it is. We might never know, considering then we have another lens flare right over there. Let's see if we can count all the damn lenses.
The lens flares, there's just a lot of disparate light sources.
I don't even know how it happens.
So I comment, if you look at this region of his abs where there's this horizontal line crosshatch shading.
Fat? I don't even know, man.
No, like it's a shadowy lighting type of thing, but it's just a random spot where the lighting is really fucking different.
Yeah, how is the light there?
What is that? What does that even mean? Because it's next to really brightly lit, and it's next to shadow, and then more brightly lit, and is
then
this the fucked up in between spot? This is how I draw partial shadow.
I'm gonna just go back to the fact that he's actually a ghost, and this is why you can see right through him.
I'm looking at the price, and this comic is $2.95.
Wow.
Rip off. I can't imagine anything in here is worth $3.
Nah, maybe about 50 cents.
I can get an episode of Attack on Titan for $1. Fuck this.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Awesome. Okay, here we see Wolverine trying to take down a shadow monster, which I can only guess is a shadow from his deep and dark secret past.
I think this is the least impressive image of Wolverine just ever. Any of this is just not... Oh, wait. Okay. When he's getting carried away by Explosive Diarrhea Man in the bottom right.
Explosive Diarrhea
Look
Man.
at how he's holding him. He's holding him by the peck. He's grabbing a grown man's chest and squeezing hard enough to carry his entire body weight.
Now, I could say that would probably be why it looks like he's screaming, but if you look closely in this whole panel, they're all screaming.
Just screaming all the time. The monster's screaming, Wolverine's screaming, Diarrhea Man is screaming.
They're all fucking screaming. Here's my reenaction.
Am I the only one who feels like this dinosaur monster dragon looks kind of like Ridley?
Kind of a little bit from Metroid Prime. Yes.
Well, Metroid in general.
Oh
my god.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this first action shot on the top left. Can't you just feel all the force and intensity as
they look like they're
Wolverine humps the air?
Wolverine humps the shadow, and the shadow just kind of is like,
as Wolverine looks like he's tumbling down the stairs.
He looks like he's about to fall, and then suddenly, oh no, he's in the air all of a sudden. I have no idea where the shadow monster is going.
Second picture, yeah. What is his pose? Like, he's righted himself in the air.
I don't know how.
And he's ready to strike out at the creature that is below him and in the opposite direction of where his arms and face are aiming towards.
How did he get captured by the monster
and then
in
the third panel, it's grabbed him. That's just... Things are just happening without any explanation.
Where the fuck did that come from? Was that monster always there? Was that the Shadow Beast that just evolved?
Because in the second panel, he's so ready. Third panel, oh no, I've been captured in the monster's very loose grip.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at that, you can see that his left arm is completely free.
Yeah.
And since he's Wolverine, maybe he could cut his way out.
I don't know. I feel like he could have probably gotten away from that snare. I'm not really sure what the monster tends to do with him, considering the fact that he regenerates everything.
I just really can't get over propelled by Explosive Diarrhea Man.
I like that. He was also seen in the sword a couple of pages ago. Now that we know this is his superpower.
Charging that sword, man. That must have been a misunderstanding since here he is saving Wolverine.
He must be just using his explosive diarrhea to just propel himself forward into saving the person of the day.
I like that the shoulder portion of Wolverine's top is just not even covering his shoulders.
It's not. It's not even. Also, is that fuzz on his arm? I really don't know.
He's a hairy man.
That's what it is? Okay, I'll just accept that because I have absolutely no idea and my imagination cannot work that
Once
well.
again, we have gloves that are just skin that was colored blue.
Once again, we have outfit that's just skin colored yellow and blue.
You know, I think that's the biggest thing here is that his leg just looks like a naked leg, but then it's colored yellow. So, okay, he has clothing on top of it, but if the muscles are bursting out of it that much... This is beyond latex. This is next generation.
Next generation super suit.
This is what I expect Bianca Beauchamp to be wearing. This is porn gear.
This is his porn. He's getting ready, but first he has to defeat an evil monster, and then he gets away with his lovely hero, Diarrhea Man.
You know, I realize why every Liefeld drawing has a cod piece on it. Because of how tight his clothing is, if there weren't a, plate there, you would just see a fully engorsed in latex penis and balls.
Yeah, look at that penis right there. You can see the dick right there. It's just plopping out right in front of his legs.
I'll give Liefeld credit if we look at the second panel. There don't seem to be excessive stress and force lines aiming at the groin as we've seen in some of his previous
Well, there seem to be
works.
extremely stress and force muscles if you look at the thigh. They just seem to be going
There's a lot
right
of muscles.
at the
There's a lot of
center.
muscles. I just like they didn't also add 30 dark lines to indicate that he has tight underwear or whatever the fuck that normally means for him.
I guess he's trying to create eye candy for women, but if you be honest, I don't see this as eye candy for anybody.
So if we recall earlier on the black spawn claw creature, Wolverine has the same kind of screwed up butt where his butt is
just
two circles with a gap between them.
Yeah, where's that gap? Does he have a tail? Is there just something in between? Does he store things there?
This is
I have
like
no
some
idea.
hentai that his pants are filling the crevice between his ass cheeks, and you can see them separately. I expect that in porn sometimes. I'm getting a fucking Wolverine comic now.
Hugh Jackman would be so sad to see this today. He would be shaking his head in shame after singing Les Miserables.
And again, on the feet, in the second panel, Wolverine's feet, they're blue flippers.
They're blue flippers? Yes, that's about the
He's
best way to
wearing
describe
flippers. Maybe that's why he's having trouble in this fight, because he has fucking swimming flippers on.
them. I just like also to say, look at the way his ass is highlighted. Maybe it's just because that's like one of the biggest highlighting in the first panel, but that is what just seems to stick out from the rest of his body.
How is the creature, it's in shadow in the first two panels, then third and fourth panel, it's perfectly lit up.
Yeah, and it's completely annoying to see the way that... Where did that shit come from? Where did Shadow Beast go? Did he just
What is the
evolve?
transition? It goes
I
from
don't
the
understand.
grimy sewer muck monster to fucking Ridley knockoff. Who also has pouch muscles all up along his body.
Alex, everybody has pouch muscles, don't you know
At least that's a dragon. At least it's a little acceptable. Still can't get over. Jetfire shit guy is holding Wolverine by the pecs.
I wonder how he's doing that.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't? It's just not physically possible.
Has Liefeld ever tried to lift a You can't.
I feel like Wolverine was safer in Ridley's claws than he was with Explosive Poop Man.
You can't hold a man up from the tit. You can't hold Hitomi up by the tit, and she's got some tits you could handle on to.
Yes, she really does.
They won't.
Incredibly.
You can't support a person that way.
How is that even possible? I don't even understand. Also, if you look at the direction, where is his leg going? Is it just right in front of him? Is the other leg out to the side?
Well, he doesn't want to draw feet. I mean, look at all the feet he's already had to draw.
That's true.
God
That is
forbid
too
he
much
have to
effort.
draw some more.
That is too much effort today. He got good with a, shitstorm over here. He has no feet whatsoever that he has to draw.
And he shoots out fire that makes it so you can't see his legs. It's less to draw. I'll just draw some circly plumes.
Some circular plumes, and everybody will believe.
Also, Wolverine's posture in the second panel.
Yeah.
His body and legs are saying the enemy is in front of me, which is kind of interesting given that we can see the enemy below him. But then his claws are just completely pointing out literally straight at the side. I don't care what he's going to do. If he's aiming for forwards, there's no reason for his left arm to be extended perfectly perpendicular.
What is he slicing?
I'm also realizing it's really fucking hard to stick your arm out that straight like that. That's such an awkward
pose, especially when you're not even. Why would you strike that pose when you're falling in midair and the enemy is directly behind you?
Not only does Rob Liefeld not have some action figures and figurines and models he can move around, he won't even get up off his own ass and just remotely try to strike the poses. This man could save himself so much trouble if he just had a wooden sword he could attempt to hold on to. And he could just look at his fucking hands or just look in a fucking mirror. The man needs a mirror so he can stand up and go, hey,
This
is
impossible.
uncomfortable and looks fucking stupid. I'm gonna not do it.